Thank you.
Okay, it's live now.
Nityananda, we're live now on Facebook. So welcome back to another series of Essence of Living Enlightenment. So today is actually part 3 of Integrity Sampurti. We're on lesson number 10, 2025. So welcome to Kailasa, Singapore. Today is 11th of June, 2025. So my name is Manitya Dugananda and I welcome all of you with my love and respect. And so before we start the session itself, I request all of us to take a few minutes to center ourselves to receive the true knowledge of this session from Swamiji. So sit now with the back straight, close your eyes, align the whole head, neck and spine in one straight line. Begin to feel this whole body with your presence. Occupy your body completely. And then begin to breathe in and out very slowly and deeply with awareness of the two gaps. Allow the breathing, the breath awareness to bring you back to the present moment. Enter into Shravana, listening, authentic listening, pure listening. And that restful awareness, let's invoke Swamiji, Bhagavan, Nityananda Paramashiva, by chanting the Sadguru Vandanam, followed by 3 times Mahavakya. So now join the palms together in Amanjali Mudra. If you know the mantra, please chant along with me. Take a deep breath. Nityanandam Paramasukaram Kevalam Jnanamutim Dvandvatitam Gagana Shatrisham Tattvamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Savadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarihitam Satguruntam Namami. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. So bow down and pray to Swamiji, requesting him to bless us to receive the knowledge of today's session. And let us expand our consciousness and align to integrity. And that restful awareness, shall we begin the next slide? Oh, is here. Well, okay. So these are the topics we're covering. Like I mentioned, I thought I could complete this whole spiritual principle of integrity in 3 sessions, but when I look at the remaining content, I need to split it into 2 sessions. So there are 4 parts now instead of 3 parts. Because if I cram everything in this session, it will be very long and you may not be able to digest the entire information. So I decided to break into 2 smaller parts. So today we're going to talk about positive thinking is always negative. A lot of people always advise, oh, just think positive, think positive. Why? Somebody said, actually, positive thinking will lead you to negativity. So we're going to investigate that. This is just a common society thing, right? But it doesn't work in the reality. So then he said, your only enemy. What is your only enemy in this whole fight against integrity? So let's look at it. And then how to plan for success instead of planning for failure. So that is also will be covered today. And he said, you are facing it every day. So you're facing this challenge every day. And then he said, there is a technique to cancel all past negativity. Wow, what is the technique? All the past negativity can be nullified. So he's going to tell you what is the sacred technique with this in today's session. And he said you are struggling with three realities. So let's understand the three realities and how not to struggle, how to manifest the ultimate reality as we want. And finally, he said integrity frees your energy. So if you get set by any other thing, it's because you lack integrity. Once you align, your energy will be free to do what you want in the outer world. Next slide. So let's do a quick recap of the last lesson we did last week, lesson number 9. So Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashiva revealed these few key insights or clicks, so powerful cognition. So I'm just kind of re-emphasizing so that you remember. First, living true to your words means living without the mind. That means when you're integrated, you don't have the mind, because the mind is formed only when you have all this hangover or incomplete residual, desires or ambition that you didn't fulfill or commitment that you didn't fulfill. That's why the mind is there. He said, if you are truly integrated, you will not give a single false promise to yourself or others. So you will clearly articulate only what you can do and what you can deliver. And he also said that if you have integrity, nothing else matters. Integrity is everything. If you have that in your life as part of your lifestyle, then nothing else matters. Everything will be good for you. Integrity has no practice period. You just have to start living it. Okay? Don't say, oh, let me practice, then I start living. No, start living it. That's the only way. And he said, energy minus integrity is fantasy. When you have so much energy but you're not integrated, it is just dream. Fantasy means you're dreaming. You're just dreaming, building castle in the air. It doesn't mean anything. So he said whether your visualization is going to become reality or not, it depends on your ability to live integrity. Okay? And then he said retaining the space or integrity will you have proper visualizations to manifest your reality. So remember, integrity lives to proper visualization. Anything you visualize will become a manifestation. Then integrity can make you a fast learner and a high achiever. Remember, when you become integrated, you learn fast and you're a high achiever. So that's what we covered last session. Now I'm going to enter into this week's topics. Next slide. So let's look at what we have been conditioned by society about positive thinking. But Somji said, please understand, positive thinking is always negative. Then how is it possible? Let's understand. He said, I have received a question, Swamiji said. Swamiji, can you please clarify the difference between complete cognition and the so-called positive thinking? So he said, listen, the so-called positive thinking is always positive, negative thinking, some positive and some negative. And usually your thinking is negative then positive. When you first thought about things is negative and try to shift to positive. Okay? So in positive thinking, you shift from positive to negative thinking. That's all. So it was like, how can it be? When people try to talk to themselves, oh, let me think positive, I drop the negative thinking. He said, you need to understand your ordinary thinking is usually negative to begin with because you rarely think positively. The human mind is such that you can't think positively. Okay? So positive thinking is like consciously trying to be positive but falling into negative. That is the problem. When you try to say, I have to stay positive, I don't allow my depressive thought to enter. But again you fall into the negative. And then again start think with positive again, and then again you fall back to negative. So this is like a looping. You try to stay positive, but the negativity will again suck you back into that loophole. And then again, you'll be trying to push yourself to be positive again, and then you get sucked back. So that thing kind of keep running in a vicious circle, and you can't put a stop to that. Okay, so next slide. So essentially, positive thinking is just fighting with the negativity. So obviously, it's not going to work. We can never heal the negativity. So he said that only complete cognition will heal the negativity. So complete cognition means what? You have the full understanding of the truth and the situation. He said, see, the deep wound where you start believing that negativity is going to be your permanent lifestyle can be healed only in complete cognition. Hence, positive thinking cannot heal your strong belief that failure is always going to be part of your life. If you think that failure is going to be part of your life, even trying to think positively ain't going to work. It's not going to heal that. They say only with complete cognition, full understanding, you can have the totally positive experience. The totally positive experience can only be achieved when you have complete cognition. So he says complete cognition is punatwa, completion. So that is another word he said. Punatwa is completion, which is also mean complete cognition, having ability to see everything as it is. Next slide. So here's another question that Swamiji was also asked quite frequently. He said, then is positive thinking a deliberate conscious ego building? Is it? Then positive thinking is another ego building act by human being. He said, I tell you, it is a deliberate conscious ego building without a foundation. So imagine it can collapse any time, and when it collapses, the damage will be too much, will be huge damage. A small earthquake is sufficient for the whole thing to collapse, and the damage will be enormous. So that's why positive thinking is not going to be able to solve the problem. Next slide. So here's the click that he wants all of us to internalize. He said, understand positive thinking is just fighting with negativity. It can never heal the negativity. You can't heal the negativity. So only complete cognition will heal the negativity. That means coming back to the space of completion. Only completion will heal all kinds of negativity. Okay, so this is the first click that he wants all of us to know. Don't try to advocate, oh, you must think positively. No, only from the space of completion, then positive thinking can really be a powerful space. Next slide. So who's your only enemy? Who's our only enemy? Let's try to investigate. So Miji said many times people come and tell me, I'm not able to get out of my fear, which means I'm not able to come out of my problem. Then Swamiji says, please listen, why you are not able to get out? Why? So he said, because you already committed to that negativity many, many times. He gave an example. He said, you tell yourself again and again, I'm going to be destroyed. I'm going to be destroyed. I'm going to be destroyed. So you repeatedly have this thought current in your head, in your mind, continuously for a long time. Okay? This is the way it is going to happen, because you keep saying that I'm going to be a loser, I'm going to be a loser, I'm going to be a loser. It means that 100 times you have committed to yourself, you are going to be a loser, because if repeated so many times in your inner space, then naturally your whole energy will work only to fulfill that concept that you give to yourself. The commitment you give to yourself that you are a loser, you are a failure, you are going to be destroyed. So if you constantly give life to that unconscious thought current, be very clear, it is going to manifest, because your whole energy already shifted to support that concept, that cognition. Okay, next slide. So after having repeatedly saying to yourself 100 times that you're going to failure, I'm going to be a failure, right? So if you once decide to say, I'm a winner, I'm going to win, that will look too silly even to you. It's like you utter 1,000 times or 100 times, or I'm a loser, Then suddenly you babble, I'm a winner. Even yourself, you're not going to believe it because you already say it so many times, right? So you yourself won't believe it. Making a positive affirmation a few times will not be enough to compensate for the 100 times that you declare that you're a loser. So you don't even really believe it yourself, even though you say this word, but inside your heart, the being, you don't believe it, because the past and completion are still alive inside you. All this thought current of commitment that you give to yourself is still living in you. So it is only for the sake of argument that you say, I'm a winner, right? You try to console yourself or try to say something where inside you don't really believe it. Next slide. So sometimes when you have an argument with your spouse, for instance, you know for sure that your spouse is going to win the argument, right? And just to record your opposition, you make some statement, knowing that anyway you're going to lose the fight, the argument with your spouse. That is the way it will look to you when you try to convince yourself that you are a winner, knowing that you're going to lose the argument, but you just say something after you have uttered 100 times to yourself that you are a loser. This is the situation. If you have said so many times that you're not going to make it, obviously by saying I'm going to make it this time ain't going to work, ain't going to manifest that as reality. Next slide. So Swamiji say, I know the space of utter positivity, complete positivity. I know the space. I cherish the space, and I'm cherishing that space. He said, I'm exactly in the mood of Vedic Rishi, the seers, when he roared. Okay, so this is the Sanskrit is say, Shravantu Vishe Ritasya Purtaha Vedaham Purusham Mahantam. He said, oh, sons of immortality, I know the path to it. Wake up and achieve it. So that is the translation. So Swamiji say, I tell you, other than your own negative beliefs about you, you don't have any enemy in your life. The only enemy you have is your belief in the negative part of, you create a negative belief. He said, just understand the truth and liberate yourself. I'm not teaching you, I'm not inspiring you, I'm not ordering you, I'm requesting you to do this. Just drop this negative belief that you have been habituated, because this is your only enemy. Anything somebody say, you just have negative ideas or belief that it's not going to happen, you're not going to make it, you're a failure, you're a loser, all that just drop. Okay, next slide. So here's the click. Is other than your own negative beliefs about you, you don't have any enemy in your life. There's no other enemy. The only enemy in you is you yourself creating all the negative beliefs. Just understand this truth, and once and for all, you'll be liberated from negativity. Okay, next slide. Just catch yourself. Anytime negativity got insert into your inner space, bang, stop it, blow the fella up into pieces. Okay, it's like, no, you're not coming in. I'm not going to entertain any negative belief. I am just going to be integrated to my positivity and possibility. Okay, so here's the thing, how to plan for success and not failure. He said, many times you plan for failure because you want to be prepared whenever it actually happens. So drop that planning. Don't think that you're going to plan for failure. Your minds may say, oh, if I suddenly fail, what to do? At least if I think it through beforehand, I will be ready for failure. That's how your mind talk to you need to talk to yourself. You see, there's no such thing as being prepared for failure, understand? Because failure will always come from some unexpected zone, so which will cause you off guard. And so use your logic. If you prepare and prevent your failure, then how can it happen? It can only come from some unexpected angle, something you didn't consider or were not even able to plan for. So your precaution or preparation cannot protect you. You try to plan and try to, take precaution, everything just to prevent the failure. It is not going to help you in any way. So that is what Swamiji revealed. Next slide. So first you need to do is, because of wanting to be well prepared for failure, you visualize that situation so strongly in your mind that you actually create a possibility for it, basically the failure. And thinking that you won't be able to handle failure if it comes by surprise is one more negative commitment you give to yourself. First, you already think that you is going to fail based on your negative thought current. Then, after that, you add one more negative commitment to yourself, like, oh, I won't be able to handle it. It's like already negativity, and then you won't be able to handle it, another level of negativity. So, this is how the mind works and trick you. See the layers and layers of negative commitments you give to yourself. It has gone on for so long that is second nature for you to think and feel in this way. So because this is your habituated thought current, you don't even detect that they are actually shaping your reality, these negative commitments you give to yourself. So you really only have suffering if that's the way how your mind operates. Unfortunately, you persist with it, and by planning to protect yourself from imaginary failures in the future, you try to let me try to plan what if this thing failed. So you're already trying to give life to the failure which is imaginary, which is only exists in your mind, but you give life to it. Next slide. So first of all, failure is not going to come if you don't create self-fulfilling prophecies. Understand? Unless you create self-fulfilling prophecies, failure is not going to come to you. Second, even if it comes, listen, you have the capacity to face it. If it happens, you will have the strength and energy to face this, failure. Whether you believe it or not, accept it or not, understand it or not, there is no such thing as the idea that you cannot face the failure if it comes suddenly. There's nothing that you cannot face in failure. You will always be able to face it and stand up. So preparing for the possible failure is just one more negative commitment you give to yourself. So understand, when you say that, let me prepare if things go wrong. This is where you are already giving commitment to yourself that is going to fail. It is the logic you use to constantly create negative patterns in you. Our mind constantly uses the logic to create negative patterns. So are you getting it? That idea itself is one more negative commitment you are giving to yourself. So understand, don't entertain negative thought patterns that you are going to fail. No entertainment of failure in your thought current when you're planning. When you're planning, only plan for success. Don't even entertain anything like possible failure. Because if you think that, if I fail, this is what is going to happen, then you're already creating, energy for more negative commitment. So don't do that. Next slide. So he says negativity only leads to more negativity. So it's like the moment you start cherishing or nurturing negativity, it will only lead to expanded more negativity. So it cannot lead to joy. You want joy and happiness in your life, but you carry so much negativity, and it constantly leads to more and more layers of negativity. So it cannot take you to fulfillment when you cannot feel this peace and fulfillment in you, because all the negativity is itself a strategy for failure. When you start giving life to negativity, then naturally failure is going to be the outcome. So do you want to succeed at failing in your life? If not, root out the negativity so that your natural positivity and integrity express through you. This is the way how you can stop this manifestation of failure. Okay? So here's a practice that Swamiji gave. He said the next time you plan something, remind yourself not to plan for failure, even unconsciously. Don't even allow the unconscious thought current of failure. He said instead, create the space of success and you will happen. It will happen when the space of success is created. You just have to live it, keep doing consistently, then you will see that success becomes the natural reality. Next slide. So he said you are facing it every day. What is it that you're facing every day? He said, what is the biggest fear of all human beings? Death only. Understand, even the biggest fear, death, is going to come suddenly and you are not going to face it. Death will happen out of suddenly you feel that, oh, the death has come and you're not able to prepare for it. Nobody can prepare for death, tell you honestly. It will happen suddenly. The main thing is learning how to face it is what is required. So everything you consider as failure is going to come only suddenly and you are going to face it. There are millions of times when what you call failure came to you suddenly and you face it, right? So see, draw courage from that. When negativity comes, right? When all this seemingly looks impossible, all the failure comes, just face it and draw the strength from it. Learn the lesson, become powerful, become, what you call that? Don't get clutched to the failure. See the strength in you and support that. What is the strength that gives you again and again the strength to stand up and fight again, or give you the strength up to try again? That is what is important. The courage to do that again, not after getting beaten up by life, fail, and then you give up, don't even have strength to even to support yourself or try again. No. You say every failure, if you look at it, you understand the blind spot of the black, that means what you are not able to see clearly, and learn the lesson. From that lesson, become courageous to try again next time. Next slide. So once you drop the negative commitments you gave to yourself and you cannot justify your planning for failure, you cannot justify your negative plans in any form, in any way. Okay? So he said, drop fantasizing about failure, drop visualizing about failures. When you do that, integrity will simply flower in you. Okay? When you drop all this fantasizing or visualization of failure, then integrity will simply flower in you. So the burdens from the past are the roots of the tree of failure. The past is what contributes to the failure, because the negative commitments and negative self-image are the leaves and the branches of the tree of failure. So he said, weed them out with integrity. Get rid of them. When you live with integrity, you will start experiencing the space of positivity. Space of positivity is only possible when you are living with integrity. Next slide. So here's a practice. I want all of you to take some time to do this exercise. It's going to be a fruitful one. So I'm going to read out the instruction given by Swamiji. Said, sit and undo the negative commitments that you give to yourself layer by layer and complete with them. You have to remember them, complete with them, and drop them. Only then can you really conquer them. Only then can you release the block energy and make it available for you to create your new life with integrity. So you can't just say, oh, I hereby drop all the negative commitments I give to me, myself, and then think, that is over, I just completed, I drop all the negative things, commitment. No, he said, this is not the way. First, you need to know that all the negative commitments that you give to you, and only then drop them, right? First, you need to know what are the negative commitments that make you think in a certain way. So dig it out and then drop them. That will happen only when you start investigating your thought currents and complete with them. Let's say something happened when you were young, and you feel that you're not loved because your parents is showering a lot of biasness, or buying your sibling more sweets than you have, or you sometimes don't even get new things or new toy. So you feel that you're not loved. You're just your sibling is more loved than you. Okay, so that is what you may carry when you were young. So Somji said, no. First, you need to investigate. This I'm not loved. When did it come? When was the time that you formed this cognition that I'm not loved? And then start completing with them. Okay, that's a time when my mother and father did something and I was left out. Nobody came to tell me. I don't feel that I really appreciated, etc. So catch back the time when you really experience the powerlessness of I'm not loved. Remember that. You need to almost dig it out from the past and go through that, and not just say, oh, I drop it just by your word, you just utter it. No, you need to remember when did it happen, and complete with that incident. Next slide. So here's a technique he's giving to cancel past negativity. You may have created a lot of negativity. Here's a formula. Come in. Come, have a sit. So here's a formula that Somji is giving. It is a very powerful formula. If you understand the science behind this formula, then you can just start applying it. So here's the thing. He said, I'm teaching you the mathematics of life. What is the mathematics of life? Life works in numbers. He said, you need to listen intensely. Every negative commitment you give to you is alive, right? It has energy. Let's say you say, I'm not loved. Okay, you have felt that way since you were a child, when your parents didn't give you what you want, instead give your sibling what they want. So you've created this inner image that I'm not loved, for instance. Okay? So because you stayed so many times, that commitment becomes alive. It has energy inside you. So understand, each negative commitment has to be nullified. Each negative commitment has to be cancelled off. Nullified means cancel off. Until it is nullified, it continues to give fruit. That means it continues to grow and give fruits. Nullifying it is a simple mathematics, bringing integrity to your inner space and life is simple mathematics. So again, bring integrity to the words you give to yourself, in your inner space, and also integrity to life. So imagine your life as a mathematical equation with all the negative statements you continuously make to yourself, place on the equation as the pluses and minuses. The pluses and minuses, multiplication and division, right? You have the four mathematics sign, right? Plus, minus, multiplication and division. He said you need to understand this, then see how that can be applied. Next slide. Okay, so here's the formula. He said, now what is the equation of life at this moment? You don't know, right? Yeah. Well, I don't know what's the formula. What's the equation I created? Assume it is just an equation like A plus B minus C times D times F times divided by G plus H times L plus J minus K. Okay, it looks like a complicated mix of negative complements like this. It's like a string of negative complements. He said, look at this equation. Look at it again. You don't even know which negative complement has to be multiplied by some other negative complements. It looks like, it's created like this. You don't know how to even start, resulting in some other negative complement. But there is a way to cancel out all this negativity in just one stroke. How is it possible? What is that one stroke? Let's see. Next. You say if you multiply any mathematical equation by 0, okay, everything multiplied by 0 gets what? 0, right? So, however big or complicated your equation may be, the moment you say multiplies by 0, ding, everything disappears. It becomes 0. The whole equation is reduced to 0. Similarly, integrity is the 0 that can cancel out all the equation of all your multiplied negativities. Okay? So, as long as you've introduced integrity into your life, all negativity will be multiplied by 0. Even if your life has been any number of negative prophecies and negative commitments until now, just put multiplication of integrity, which means multiplied by integrity, living with integrity. At the end of your life equation, from now onwards, the whole thing is reduced to 0. Everything is reduced to 0. No more negativity multiplying, creating more longer complicated equation. Just multiply by integrity, which has the same effect as multiplying 0. Next slide. So, but some people say, no, Swamiji, you don't know my complication in my life. I created, I have this equation. A plus B minus C plus times A plus C plus times B minus Q, A, B, C, D. And what? They say, my life is that complicated. So you try to tell your master that your life is complicated. You don't know. Say, no, it doesn't matter. Whatever the equation, if you just put times 0 at the end, the whole thing is 0. Similarly, no matter what negativity, lacks of integrity, negative commitment, self-fulfilling negative prophecy you have created in your mind in the past, just say multiply with integrity from now onwards. Now you're going to live with integrity. Over. The whole thing just boom, disappear into emptiness, 0. The whole thing becomes equivalent to positivity and integrity. That's all. It is the technique to cancel all past negativity. Just declare it and start living. This is a foolproof solution. Understand? This is the solution given by Swamiji, and trust that whatever negativity you have, just multiply by 0 with integrity. So here's the click. Integrity is the 0 that can cancel out the equation of all by multiplied negativity. So all your multiplied negativity, just multiply by 0, which is integrity. Next slide. So technique to cancel, you're struggling with 3 realities. So what are the 3 realities that we are struggling with? Listen. When you're not living with integrity, there will be a conflict between 3 realities you're living with. So listen. 1, the reality you want. Oh, you want to manifest something. A good life, filled with abundance, healthy body, spiritual awakening. So this is the reality you want. Then the reality you need. What you actually need. Instead of 1, 1, 1, 1. Then the ultimate reality, the actual reality. So these are the three types of realities. Now, when you don't have integrity, your idea of what is best life will be continuously changing, because you're aware of neither what you want or nor what you need in life. You're not sure what you want and what you need, because when you don't have integrity, you don't have that clarity. So whatever you see or experience around you, you will pick up some ideas from that and create your idea of the ultimate life. You just say, oh, maybe I do this. Oh, I think this is nice. Okay, this is the way how I'm going to live. So you pick up some ideas here and there, and you think this is the ultimate life that you want. So you will have a certain idea about the ultimate life in the morning, then again a different idea in the evening, and totally different idea the next day. So your so-called your idea of the ultimate life keep changing every moment and every day. So none of these ideas will be in tune with what you really need to progress in your life. You will not be able to be in tune what you truly need. So what you'll be pushing and pulling and struggling with these diverse realities, what you want, the reality you need, and then the ultimate reality. So you'll be pulling and pushing all these different realities. Next slide. So he said, listen, any struggle is a defeat for all parties involved in a struggle. So any reconciliation is a win for all parties involved in the reconciliation. If there is a struggle between you and you, all your desires are doomed for failure, and none of your realities can be fulfilled. No struggle. If you struggle within you, basically your mind and you, what your being want, if there is a struggle, there's a fight, understand? You will not be able to create the reality you want, and your desire will be doomed for failure. So when you are established in integrity, you will be completely focused on experiencing the space of positivity. There will be no incomplete cognitions or negative prophecies conflicting with this space. No conflict inside your space. So when there is no conflict inside you, the reality you want, the reality you need, and the highest reality will all fall naturally into alignment. You'll be the same. When you don't have integrity, what you want, what you need, and what is really the highest reality will all in separate direction. You'll be seeing non-alignment, and they're all pulling you in different direction. Understand? Integrity is the key to bring this alignment, what you want, what you need, and the ultimate highest reality. Next slide. So here's the contemplation we need to have. When you don't have integrity, your idea of what is best life will be continuously changing, because you are aware of neither what you want nor what you need in life. You're not clear what you want and what you need. Okay? So next slide. So understand, integrity frees your energy. Currently, when you don't live with integrity, your energy all sucked into some kind of Maya, okay? Your distorted cognition of life is the filter which keeps you in the Maya, in the illusion. When you establish yourself in integrity, this filter between you and life is removed. You will start cognizing a new reality. You will start understanding a new reality. So all your energy, which was previously locked or blocked by these negative cognitions and negative commitments, is now freed to experience life and to manifest the reality you want. So instead of being bound by the reality you experience, now you are free to create the reality you chose. Okay, so that is the shift. Next. So the brain, see, our brain that is established in integrity and authenticity can read any book and understand the truth from that book. See, when your lifestyle, your thinking of living with integrity and authenticity, you can read any book and understand that. Just like how a Paramahamsa swan, Paramahamsa swan means the swan that, an enlightened swan that never touched the ground, can separate water from the milk in a mixture of milk and water. The brain established in integrity can separate the truth from the untruth effortlessly. So living with integrity is the way to help you see the truth versus illusion. So the brain established in integrity and authenticity is what I call Paramahamsa, the supreme swan. That's when Swamiji was, when he was enlightened, Maha Avatar Babaji, where he met in Himalayas, saw him and gave him this name, Paramahamsa Nityananda. It means the supreme swan, but named Nityananda. It means he's the liberated one. So when integrity expresses through your head, it expresses as intelligence. When it expresses through your heart, it expresses as sympathy. Then, when it expresses through your being, it expresses as peace. If you want peace, you have to start living with integrity. Integrity, when it's through your head, is intelligence. Through the heart is sympathy, ability to have the compassion for others. When you express through your being, your soul, it is peace. How to get inner peace? Start living with integrity. Okay? And if you want intelligence, start living with integrity. So with fresh eyes, look at everything in your life now with this understanding, with this cognition, your business plan, your relationship, your decisions about your future, your decision about your age, everything about you. Okay? Listen, you can even decide how long you want to live on planet Earth. You can decide what you want your reality to be. When you practice integrity and authenticity, your Kundalini Shakti energy is so alive and awakened. It just radiates and fills anything you touch. Anything you touch and give life, you will just manifest. Okay? Manifestation requires integrity. So here's the click. When you establish yourself in integrity, the filter between you and life is removed. There's no more filter. You don't see any filter anymore. It's just ultimate straight reality. So this is what you're going to do as in the next part as a meditation now. Okay? You're going to sit with yourself, look at everything in your life consciously, scan through. If you're your own boss, you have your business plan. Look at your business plan. Look at the relationship you have, whether it's with your partners, your parents, your siblings, all the relationship that you have in your life that really matters to you, okay? Not some other relationship that doesn't matter. And the decision about your future, what are you going to do with the future? And even like, what are, your age, even you're at this age, how you want to feel. And you can decide how long you want to live on planet Earth. Let's say you decide that, okay, I'm enjoying my life now. I want to live under 150 years. You can declare that and make that as a reality. Understand? So that is at the freedom. If you live with integrity and authenticity, you can decide how long you want to live and what kind of reality you want. Let's say you decided that, by this age, I'm going to be financial free. I can do what I want. I can travel the world. I can go and enrich people through the science of living enlightenment. I can just, live like a Paramahamsa. But, live like a Paramahamsa, a liberated one. Not necessarily have to take sannyas, but I live like a Paramahamsa. If that's what you want, you can declare it. And then give life to that reality you want to create. Shall we? It'll be fun. So now you're going to take your iPad. I'm going to give you 11 minutes to do this visualization and this contemplation, okay? Take an eye band. Let's do this exercise. It'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. Especially now that we are in Swamiji's breathing space after having sat with him for the last, almost 1 hour on this topic. So with a fresh pair of eyes now, you're going to look at everything, diagnose everything in your life with this power of integrity. If you catch yourself, or this negativity I have, multiply by 0. The 0 is integrity. Okay? Are you all ready? So close your eyes. I will play the Mahavakya for 11 minutes and then, alright, start now. I'm going to play the Mahavakya. Start. Sit with Swamiji. And do a conscious furthering of your life. Conscious furthering of your life.
I welcome you with my love and respect. Let you all open all your 3 eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashiva. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Relax. You can slowly open your eyes. So how do you feel? 11 minutes may not be enough. I think I need to sit somewhere to review so many layers of your life. So tomorrow morning after yoga, I'm going to sit with myself again. It's a lot to go through, not just, so many layers need to drill and really decide what do I really want in this life for the rest of the life. and then start manifesting it. So anyone want to share? How was the meditation for you? It's too short? Do you feel short? 11 minutes?
Yeah, they pass by very quickly.
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
I
but
feel that because something is so important, you need to spend time. You may not even be able done in one session. You may need to sit for days because too many layers. Like, just to look at one area, like say for instance your business. You can sit there and contemplate for a long time. Then even one layer about your relationship. You can be spending a lot of time for that. And then what do you really want to do with the rest of your life? How long you want to live? That kind of question that you need to sit and say, okay, do I want to live to 100 years, or do I want to live 150 years, or do I want to couple soon? All that decision you need to make, right? And for the remaining rest of my life, how do I want to enjoy my life? Do I want to slot like a slave, 9 to 5 job? No. How do I want to live my life? I want to live my life with complete freedom, go to travel in India, all the, pilgrimage places, or the spiritual high frequency place, and sometimes have time to spend with Swamiji in some program. Like, what do you really want to do for the rest of life? And then get to hang out with people, like-minded community, and enrich people with something else. So decide very clearly what you want, because that one needs some time to crystallize. Because for that crystallization to happen, you need to, first of all, be clear any negativity you carry in that area. Let's say when you come to your business plan, your own boss, any negativity that you put forth in the past that stop you from manifesting. That means your non-integrity to your possibility. And you have this idea that it's too difficult, how come it's not happening? That whatever that I failed before, I don't know whether I will be successful or not. That kind of thing. So even just your own business is one whole shitload of negativity. You need to dig it out and drop and multiply by integrity. Okay. Then when that space is clear, empty out, then sit. Okay, what do I want to do with my life where I contribute, where people pay me money? What is the way to manifest wealth, abundance? By doing something I'm deeply passionate about, by doing something that I know that I can contribute, not because what society thinks is the best job. The best job may not be the best job for you, because you may not be wired to do this. You're hardwired to do something else, right? So in each of the layers that Swamiji gave, spend time to break it down and use the eyes of integrity to re-look at everything. Okay? Do you understand what Swamiji is asking us to do? Give me a thumbs up. Homework, a lot of homework now. Huh? All right, so if you don't have any questions, if you want to ask, you can ask. Otherwise, I'm going to complete the remaining slide. then we can end this session.
Hey, I have a question. So
Okay, good.
yes,
Tell me.
yes. For example, when I just like yesterday when I did the completion, and because for example, there is some incident, and at that moment, some anger got triggered, which is I found that I should have prepared this one, this thing, and then suddenly I found that I did when I proceed, I found that I missed this step for, and then the anger generated. So when doing
Were you
completion,
angry with yourself? Were you angry with yourself?
yes.
So, why did I do that? Is it that kind of thing?
Yes. Well, why I should have noticed and I should have prepared for that. But I was so angry about, hey, how come it's just that simple? How come I can miss this step? So I got angry to myself. So when I did the completion, do the relief, I need to release all the anger, right? So during the completion, at that moment, I keep on altering. Hey, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. This kind of sentence. So,
That's
it's
not
just
completion, darling.
ah
That is not completion, because look at how you're doing it, still so much negativity, right? I'm stupid. Why did I do this? So it's a lot of non-acceptance of what you did, which means you blame yourself, you're angry with yourself, you're not accepting what you did, the mistake you made. So it's all that mixed together created that this deep emotion of low self-esteem. That means you're not able to accept what you did. Correct? So not ability to accept what you did is nothing but guilt. You're guilty with the fact that something happened in the past, you missed it, and you're not able to accept you missed it. Instead of accepting this mistake and learn how to stop this mistake again in the second time in the future, you go on this self-beating track. I'm stupid. Why did I miss it? You just take this whip, keep whipping yourself. Do you understand? So that is not completion. You only lead you to more negativity about yourself. You more hatred for yourself, non-acceptance of yourself. Correct? So the right way to complete with this is, first of all, okay, at that point in time when you did this planning and you miss out something, see, when the time when you did it is based on the intelligence you have at that moment. Whatever you could see, you plan it that way. Correct? So it may not be the 100% plan, maybe 80%, 20% you missed. Correct? So then learn from how you have missed the 20%. What is the blind spot that lead you to miss that part? Is it because when your thinking structure did not look at this part? Like somewhere in your thinking you're missing. It's just like when you do certain planning, right? You're thinking. Like there's a certain framework of approaching a problem, like problem solving, correct? But in the problem solving, you forgot one part, which is background information check, research. You forgot about the research part. You didn't do the research. You just based on what you think, what you know, you make certain decision. Which means you did not spend time to understand the problem thoroughly, which is the background check and background research which you should do as a due diligence. Because you miss this first step, whatever decision and over planning you make is based on your perception, based on the Maya you have. Am I right? It's not factual. It's not based on facts. So the background and the research of the facts of this problem will give you a more accurate diagnosis of this, what you need to do. You present a case, the information, correct? With that information only, then you can go to the next step. Okay, what is the strategy? What is the problem solving that you need to do, correct? But missing the first step creates a not good plan. And because of that, you feel that you didn't do a good job out of it, right? Instead, you blame yourself, oh, I'm so stupid, how come I can miss this? It's so simple. No, don't go down that track. Go down the track of just guilt and self-blaming is not going to help you. It's not going to bring you back to integrity. Your integrity is to get back to the space of positivity, right? Being positive. So what is the solution? How do we complete with that? There should not be any utterance of negative words on yourself. If you're integrated to your positivity. Do you understand?
So how about the anger that generated at that time? Because we need to do the relief, right?
See, the anger was from the past. You had that before. Okay, it was a past emotion that got triggered. This must happen many times already. It's not the first time. When you messed up, you get angry with yourself. Why did I do that? Stupid me. I'm not able to accept this, what I did. Okay? So it happened many times already. So the same thing trigger again. Boom, the anger is triggered. Correct? So now, the way you should learn to complete this part is drill another layer deeper. What Swamiji say is look at what was the cognition that make you in the first place fall into this negativity. Right? See, first thing you need to understand whatever intelligence you had at that time, you make that plan. Okay? So now the right approach is, okay, I missed this part. The next time when I do the same thing, I don't miss this part. I will be integrated to make sure that I look at this A to Z so that I improve on my problem solving. Correct? You should come back to confidence. I will do this so the next time I won't make the same mistake that I will blame myself. Again, I won't get angry with myself. Do you understand? Parvati Swaropini?
Yes.
So, anything that you do after completion, you should feel confidence, you feel positive. Instead, if you fall into negativity, then it's not a completion. There's no shift in space. You're still not happy with yourself, right? You cannot be not happy with yourself. Completion means you're back to the space of Punatwa. Okay, I'm complete. Now, come on, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to scale the new height again. Not like, oh, I failed, roll down, keep rolling down, falling down until depressed. Do you understand? So that is what Swamiji said, back to the space of positivity. Okay, so he said, if you know how to make, if you make a mistake, make sure you don't make the same mistake twice. If you make the same mistake twice, means you didn't learn from the first time. Correct? So if we are integrated to your positivity, you will not create the same mistake again. So find out how to not make the same mistake again is the completion. Okay? So I hope I answered your question.
Yes, thank you.
Do the same thing again with all the aspects in your life, whether it's relationship, your business plan, your life, and your aspiration, anything. Okay, based on those on the slide, take like a laser beam and shine in all aspects and do the completion, like acid wash. All the negativity you still carry in the different dimension in your life. Okay?
Okay.
Any question from this side? No? Okay, clear? All right. So can we just finish the last couple of slides and then we can conclude with the Purna mantra? Next. So I welcome all of you to be part of this enlightened civilization and nation, which is known as Kailasa, by becoming an e-citizen. So if you're interested, you can contact any one of us who's a Raja Sabha member for more information. We'll give you this booklet, which is the entire comprehensive guide on citizenship guide. Okay, next slide. So I also invite everybody to this Paramashiva Sena training that is offered to by Swamiji. Now it is happening in Antigua and Barbuda because they have been invited. We have been invited by the country head of Antigua to host the program there for the delegates, which is from the United Ancient Nations. So many of them are there for the training. So if you are interested, you can still come. Now it's only, today is 11, so there's still opportunity. Swamiji said you can come first 15 days or the second part of 15 days. Next slide. So next week we will have part 4 of integrity. We'll finish the spiritual principle of integrity next week. So we'll be entering in lesson 11, 18th of June. So please come back, finish this whole integrity module. So with that, let me conclude with the Purna mantra. Thank you all for joining. So let's, probably sorry, you did a screen grab, right? You capture a screen grab, right? So now let's conclude. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Saubam Bhagavad Shri Nityananda Paramashiva Pavuta Paramastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you, Nityanandam. See you next week. Bye bye. Stop.